Hi there, everybody. Happy Saturday afternoon. Before I go knock out the meal plan to email to you all in the morning, and remember, if you don't get it yet, I'll put a link in the comments, and you can use the link in my bio if you catch this on Instagram to get my meal plans mailed to you every weekend. They're all faster way to fat loss friendly, whole food nutrition, carbs, proteins and fats, and plenty of fiber. Very fast and easy to make because that's how I am. I am not a chef. And all of my recipes are there with the sides, like a main dish and a side for dinners, and they're all linked to the internet sites where I found the recipes, so you don't have to figure anything out or come up with a recipe. It's all there right at your fingertips. So, all of that said, I'm Amanda Brinkman-Brockman. My website's amandabrinkmanbrockman.com. I'm a mom, a 40-something, a wife, and a Faster Way to Fat Loss client and Faster Way to Fat Loss certified coach. So I said I got to go to Costco yesterday for the first time since we've been sheltering in place, so for about 4 months, to restock. And if you don't have a Costco near you, you can still take some of these ideas and put them to use in eating whole food nutrition to help you get well and burn fat. If you do have a Costco, there is a lot of great stuff at Costco that's organic and affordable because you're buying more at a time, right? So it may seem more expensive up front, but you definitely save portion-wise. And they also have a few things I just don't find other places, especially now, which I'll start with that. And that is dried fruit with no sugar added. This company, Made in Nature, has a couple of choices almost every time I've been at Costco lately. These are dried mangoes with no sugar added, no preservatives, and they're amazing. Everyone in my family loves these. And the beauty of this is that if there comes a time, which it pretty much does for all of us, once you're in the Faster Way and you learn how many carbs you need to be healthy and to burn fat, that you are needing to get in some carbs. This is a fantastic way to do it without getting too full. There are 34 grams of carbs in about a half a cup of these guys. That's a little bit, goes a long way, and they're really good. Even if you don't like fresh mango, this tastes a little bit different, has a really great texture, kind of like fruit leather. It's just good stuff. So I find this is my favorite place to get them is Costco. I've also found mango like this with no preservatives or added sugar at Trader Joe's. Phenomenal thing to keep in your pantry so that come what may, you can hit your carb goals so that you can again get well and burn fat. And if I'm blowing your mind with those facts about carbs, then you need to not even worry about clicking on my meal plan and get my How to Eat in Your 40s guide. If you're missing out on carbs, that might be why you're stuck, frustrated, anxious, having belly fat, having terrible moods. I'm just saying. I only know because of experience. I only know because at 43, I was very stuck. And then I tried the Fast Way to Fat Loss and learned, oh, we actually need to know way more than calories. We need to know what we're actually putting in our body. Imagine that. The fuel you put in makes a difference in how you do. Imagine that. It seems so obvious now, but 43 years, no clue. And now I know. We need these carbs. They are not the enemy. They are not making you gain weight. Or at least they won't be when you learn enough about them. So another dried fruit I got at Costco were these dates. And again, same brand, Made in Nature. These are organic and they are just dates and they're already pitted, no added sugar and no added preservatives. These are phenomenal, again, just for a great dose of carbs. I like to cut these in half, put on some peanut butter, amazing dessert. This is about 5 dates are 30 carbs. And there's 1 gram of protein in there and no fat. So again, end of the day, you just need some carbs. Dried fruit is a great way to get them. These go great into a smoothie. Put one in your smoothie and all of a sudden your smoothie is really sweetened by nature. And these include fiber. So even though you're getting a big dose of natural sugars, it's tempered somewhat by some fiber, so your body can feel well as you have those. So great to keep on hand. And again, they seem expensive at first, but these last forever. A little bit goes a very long way with dried fruit. So those were my 2 reasons to go to Costco, because I haven't during quarantine been able to find dried fruit with no sugar added, especially the mangoes, really anywhere else. They've kind of been missing from the shelves. There's plenty of dried fruit with sugar added, but I don't even bother with that stuff. So next thing I love to get at Costco is this guy. They're organic peanut butter because it's made from Valencia peanuts from the southern United States, which are the most clean. And this is super affordable. I bought 5 of these, so 10 things of peanut butter because we use a lot of peanut butter in our family. My kiddos eat a lot of it and I do as well. So another reason that I show up at Costco, like worth the cost of membership right here for a healthy fat is what healthy fats are what I'm getting from peanut butter first. It is mostly healthy fat. It's then also some protein and very small amount of carbohydrates and fiber. So, and that is almost always at Costco in my area in Southern Ohio and Northern Kentucky. Another cool protein tool at Costco that's almost always there in a big pack is this sipping bone broth, which actually, if you're in the Fast Away with me, which, hi there, you could even take a small portion of this, would need to be a shy cup, during your fasting window, and it really will not break your fast. Some people who don't do coffee drink this warm in the morning instead of their coffee while they use intermittent fasting. It gives you something coffee can't, 9 grams of protein. That's a significant amount of protein. It's 40 calories. So being under 50 calories, no fiber, no sugars, this should not break your fast. And this isn't really what I would cook with. You could in a pinch, but this one's more potent and tastes good enough to drink. So that's something different you might want to try, sipping bone broth. I usually warm it up in the microwave and have a mug. And Costco's a great affordable place to get it because this one, again, it's a significant cost, but it is a high quality protein. This is organic. So this is a fun one to find at Costco, sipping bone broth for protein. Another source of healthy fats and protein I usually get at Costco are nuts. My husband uses the Fast Away to Fat Loss with me and has to eat a very significant amount of food. And so he eats many, many servings of nuts to get in healthy fats and then also protein. We always want you to be looking at food for its carbs, proteins, and fats. So nuts are first a healthy fat. They are mostly healthy fats. Then you get some carbs and some fiber and some protein. This one, a ounce, which is about a quarter cup, gives you 5 grams of protein, about 15 grams of fat, and 7 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fiber. So Costco is the place. Sometimes you can find organic, sometimes you can find unsalted, if that's your preference. Almonds. I saw some unsalted organic cashews, which can be tricky to find. You just have to keep your eyes out, but there's almost always some good deal on nuts because you know these guys are expensive, but I'm gonna say it again, a little bit goes a very, very long way. At the most, a quarter cup of these is all you would have usually in a day if you're tracking your macros and looking at your fat goals. 15 grams of fat, that's probably about as much as you need, just shy of what you need in a meal for many women. So, great place to get nuts, Costco. All right, a few other things. Protein. This brand of tuna is relatively clean. You probably know that unfortunately now in our world, because tuna eat all the small fish, and the small fish are kind of like the filter fish of the ocean, tuna are now kind of toxic. They've got a lot of mercury. So I only eat tuna maybe once every other week, but it is so high in protein, and this is at least sustainably caught and gives me some other healthy fats that I feel like it's an okay choice. And again, at Costco, this brand becomes much more affordable because you buy it in bulk. 1 can of tuna would give you an insane amount of protein. So this is mainly a protein source. Again, every food has every macro, but this one's 21 grams of protein if you were to have 3 ounces of it. Seafood is just a powerhouse of protein. Sometimes they also have salmon in cans at Costco if you want to try that out. I have a few times. It's taking me some getting used to. I love smoked salmon. That is sometimes available at Costco. It's more of a semi-refrigerated product that's usually in air-sealed packaging and will stay well in the refrigerator until you open it for a long time. So that's another great thing to just stock up on or have in the fridge when you have a day when you're like, I'm just not gonna get to my protein goal. What can I have? You can have your smoked salmon, and it's, to me, much yummier than canned salmon, over a salad, over some arugula. It's delicious with some avocado. When you're carb cycling and we're eating more fats on Mondays and Tuesdays. So canned salmon, canned tuna, and even smoked salmon are all products that I have found off and on at Costco to be great protein sources. All right, 3 more things this time. Every once in a while I suck up an avocado oil at Costco. I didn't need to this time, but they had it. Avocado oil is a great cooking oil if you're going to cook with heat or bake because it doesn't break down into something that wouldn't be great for our body. Olive oil I try to not heat with, so this guy will last us a very long time, but I'll use it in dressings. I like to make my own dressing now. I do also keep a few bottled ones on the shelf just to make life easier, but using this olive oil to make our own dressings will save us a ton of money, and then I'll know what am I getting for my dressing. There's a lot of extra stuff in there a lot of times that you just don't need. So Costco, smart place for avocado oil and olive oil, and they even have this one in organic if that's important to you. I have not ever yet seen at my Costco organic avocado oil. And if it were there, it'd probably be extraordinarily expensive because it's gonna be in such a big container. This much avocado oil was almost $20 at Costco. Phenomenal deal. It just is a more pricey oil. I have in my soy latte and I can't let it get cold, so I hope you will forgive me. Now I have scoured the shelves of my Costco and maybe you guys have a different situation where you are. I've never seen soy milk there. Especially not unsweetened. I would be so thrilled if I could find it. For a while they carried unsweetened almond milk that was pretty clean, but it's gone now. I have switched to soy milk because I can find one now that is just soybeans and water. No fillers, no gums, no sugars, nothing, and it is 12 grams of protein in 1 cup. Game changer. So, but not at Costco. Maybe I should write them a letter. All right, 2 weird things at Costco this time. But these are phenomenal to have. This is tomato paste, organic tomato paste, and what I liked about this one, where did it go? What I like about the right tomato paste in general, I can't see the ingredients now, is that this one's pretty much just tomatoes, and it gives so much flavor to food without having to use maybe a dish you were used to using ketchup in. Ketchup is mostly sugar, like fake sugar, added sugar. So instead of that, tomato paste will give you the great concentrated tomato flavor you want without other things you don't want. So when I saw this was gonna be about like 99 cents a can, organic tomato paste, I stocked up. And then this guy, this is simply made of chilies, garlic, salt, and lime juice. And this is another flavor powerhouse that has only 3 carbs and a gram of protein. So there are no other added, there is sugars in here, but it's natural sugars from the chili itself. So this is another thing like the tomato paste where instead of even using some salsas that might have added sugars or added ingredients you don't want, this type of green chili, and this is hatch chilies, which are, the flavor of this is phenomenal. When I saw it, I did a little dance. This is just takes your food to the next flavor level and you don't have to add oil or any extra unhealthy fats. And so it's a game changer. And these can be hard to find. They're not in season all year long and they're only in certain parts of the country. So we actually, my husband went to do some real estate training in the Southern United States and got his hands on some frozen hatch chilies. And we used them with some pork shoulder in the Instapot. We've used them with beans in the Instapot. So just some of these chilies and your dry beans in the Instapot. And it was the best beans we've ever had. So much flavor and no added stuff that would make it not whole food nutrition. A little bit of this, again, goes a really long way. So these were a great buy at Costco. And I have seen these on almost every trip. So pretty cool to keep in mind that they're there. I have a great green chili recipe I share every once in a while. You could use these chilies in there. And this would be great if you've ever made Mexican shredded beef in the Instapot or slow cooker from one of the recipes I share from the Blonde Cook, or the Mexican shredded chicken recipe that I share. That is linked, those 2 are linked in my Instagram bio now. You could scroll down to the bottom and see them. This would work well in there in place of the salsa they ask for. Or even use some of this as a topping after you make the shredded beef or the shredded chicken. Delicious. All right, the last thing that was a hit this time was this probiotic. They also had culturelle, and in my opinion, Costco seems to be one of the most affordable places to buy this, to buy probiotics in general. They had about 3 other brands. So they had Align and culturelle, and then about 3 other brands. And I have been share with my Faster Way clients about probiotics, and I've asked my doctor about it, and we've had some trainings and Faster Way membership. about the ins and outs of probiotics, because we know this was $50. Now this is a huge supply, but it is an investment. So why would we do this? Does it really work? And what I understand is, yep, it's worth talking to your doctor. If you have some bowel issues, if you have IBS, talk to your doctor first, but it is worth incorporating a daily probiotic to help your digestion, especially if you're new to eating whole food nutrition and getting enough protein because you're tracking your macros. Whole food nutrition is full of fiber. We're becoming the queens of fiber, right? And protein. When you start eating up there around 100 grams, which most of my fast-rate clients, that's what we want you near in a day, your tummy is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna need a little help during this adjustment period, and you're gonna feel it. This can be the big helper, is a daily probiotic. And my understanding is look for one that is shelf stable, doesn't need to be refrigerated, because then it can hold up better as it goes through your system to get down into your gut to do its job, because it's gonna get exposed to stomach acid along the way, right? So this Costco is a smart place to go check the shelves for probiotics, to maybe spend more upfront, but really be paying less per dose. And then, let me see, I'll take you with me over to the pantry. One other thing I do buy at Costco, and I'm trying to kind of like not lean on it too hard, I already took it upstairs, is my Vital Proteins. You know what? I gave my daughter the old container, washed it in the dishwasher for her to play with because it looks like a baby formula container here. This one is from Costco, this really big portion of Vital Proteins, and again, so that makes this much more affordable. This is a protein source and a source of other amino acids. So you can do your own research on whether you believe collagen is going to make your hair and nails better and your body better. I use it as a protein source. It's important to understand this is not vegan. This is made from the hide of cows, and it's not organic. So it's a pretty processed thing. It's also, many nutritionists I've talked to use this product, and they say it's really well absorbed by the body. So you kind of just take it with a grain of salt. I do use this. I try to not use it more than like 3 times a week. Here's where this really can come in handy, and this lasts on the shelf a very long time if you're traveling. So I have fast-away clients right now who are traveling, and one of them said, I wish I would have brought my collagen powder, because it's just so easy to not even bring this big guy, portion it out into baggies. And if you want to buy them already portioned, they sell them on Amazon. This company sells, they look like little plastic tubes. And you can pop it in your coffee, stir it in. It changes the flavor a teeny bit, but it gives you like 20 grams of protein, which will keep you feeling full and energized. And protein is usually the macro we actually are missing when we don't track and when we're on vacation. It can be the tough one to get in. And you feel that, you know, when you get home and you're like, I need a vacation from my vacation. I am exhausted. If you were having some alcoholic drinks, that's a piece. A lot of extra sugar, that's a piece. And not enough protein is a huge piece. Protein is where our body gets its energy. So if you want to invest in Vital Proteins, I don't think I've seen a different brand at Costco of collagen powder that I've heard great stuff about. But this one is used by many, many, many women and men in the fast way to fat loss, and is relatively easy to work with. So that would be my last find from the Costco trip yesterday. And I lied really quickly. I know this is getting long. Ground turkey that is organic. I have never seen organic ground turkey anywhere other than at Costco, and they're a meat section. It comes in a 3-pack. I've not seen it any other way. If you have, let me know. And what I do is just get home and cut it apart and freeze it right away, and then just use it in my meal plan that way. So there were some limits on how much meat you could buy. I could only buy 2 chicken products. So I also get chicken there, but I was kind of limited. But there wasn't a limit on the turkey. So I got 6 pounds of turkey, just because now I don't have to buy ground turkey, and I use it at least once a week. Organic ground turkey, and I think it's 90% protein, 10%. It might even be a little bit more lean than that. So best price and only place I can ever find it. And then organic chicken breast and organic chicken thighs. So I got 1 of each of those. And again, they come in a 3-pack. That's about a pound per pack, I think. And I do the same thing, get it home and cut it apart and just freeze it right away so that it's just there. And I don't have to then worry about, is there going to be a shortage of organic chicken available at my local grocery, which happens on a regular basis. And with how much animal protein we eat, now that I'm trying to eat at least 100 grams of protein a day, I kind of switched into trying to focus on, if we're going to have organic, let's spend our money on the meat, because through some trainings we had in the Faster Way in our membership, we did learn the toxins that animals eat get stored in their muscles. It's one of the places those toxins get stored. So if they're being exposed to steroids and just environmental toxins, they're in their muscles. And that muscle, that's the chicken thigh, that's the chicken breast, that's what we're eating. So it's nice to at least maybe give yourself that one little bit less exposure to toxin by prioritizing organic meat in your food budget, if that's a possibility for you. And Costco helps you do that, as long as you're able to outlay a little more to spend at first, because you're buying more at a time, but you're paying far less per pound than you would at everywhere else, in my opinion. So those are out in the freezer, but I'm glad I remembered to tell you, because that's a nice place to find that. I've never found organic beef or ground beef at Costco yet in my area. So, but I have found, and I have pictures on my phone, I will at least post these on Instagram. They have a 100% grass-fed organic beef sausage at Costco. That's like you grill it out, and maybe like, if you ate gluten, put it on a bun. We call them Mets around here. I make sausages and peppers. You might have seen or tried the crock pot sausages and peppers recipe. Those kielbasa 100% organic grass-fed beef sausages at Costco are delicious and very clean. The portion you get is, I think there's 6 really big sausages. I cut them in half, and I freeze them in 2 separate freezer bags because it's a lot, and it's $20 for that amount. So again, you're paying for the fact that it's grass-fed beef and organic, but it is such a great backup to keep in the freezer. So it is in the refrigerated section, just past where the chicken is, and it is in a plastic sealed package, and it says kielbasa, I believe. And it's in my opinion, a great find. Like I said, I keep it in the freezer in 2 separate packages. I open the Costco packaging and separate it out, and then I make sure I have a few red, yellow, and green peppers chopped up, and then red onion chopped up, and I throw that in a freezer bag too. And that's one of my backup meals. So when I mess up the meal plan, which happens on the regular, at least once a week, or I start dinner too late, which it might happen if I don't wrap this video up and go do my work, then I can go grab that freezer meal, the sausages, the peppers, the onion, and that can be great for a regular carb day or a low carb day in the Faster Way, because the portion of meat I can adjust. The peppers and onions are totally low carb. You can add on some quick potatoes that you microwave. You could serve it, if your family eats gluten, on a yummy bun. I love putting it with some red sauce, if you have a jar of marinara, or you just have a big can of tomatoes, dump them in there, add a little Italian spices like basil, oregano, and parsley, and some garlic powder and onion powder. Boom. Amazingly delicious meal. And like I said, there's great recipes I share too for crock pot sausages and peppers, sheet pan sausages and peppers that are delicious. It's even great, this is weird, but served over cauliflower rice if you like, or what's really good is serve it over spinach. And you don't even have to take the time to saute the spinach. You just put down a bat of spinach, put that hot red sauce over it that you heated in the pan when you heated up the sausages, because they're pre-cooked. And the peppers and the onions, and over some spinach, and you don't even notice the spinach is there if you chop it. Your kids will eat it. It is delicious. I love it. It's one of my favorite meals. So it's nice that it, I don't mind when the meal plan goes bad. It's like, I don't even feel tempted to call the pizza man. So, Ashley, you said your Costco does have organic 80/20 ground beef, but it's not grass-fed. Well, maybe I always wind up going to Northern Kentucky. I might try Springdale, because one of my current clients actually is near Springdale and tried that Costco, and she was really happy. So it would be worth it, because the 80/20, I think the organic beef that I buy at my grocery store isn't grass-fed either. And I do really want to prioritize that being organic. It's really important to me. So, all right, that was everything from this Costco haul. And I probably won't be going again for a month, so we'll see what's there next time. But if you find something soon, come back and pop it in the comments. Costco can be a really powerful place for us when we're working on our health. You do have to watch out though, don't you, right? So I will end the video like this. You also have to watch out for all of the processed packaged food at Costco that is full of sugar and unhealthy fats. I mean, that's what's mostly at most stores, right? So you have to get yourself a good meal before you go. Don't go eat over at the snack bar. They don't even have the good salads out anymore because of COVID-19. They used to have a few healthier choices. Those are gone. Like all that's left is the stuff that is not gonna make you feel well during your shopping trip. I think even they used to have an acai bowl, gone at ours at least. So, and the samples, you do not need those samples. Just steer clear because you're going there to save money and to prioritize your wellness. Okay? All right. I will check in with y'all later.